Good morning world, good morning Philippines, and welcome to our Business World News Update. At our headlines of the day, looking for good source of information about available franchise, deciding whether to buy or not a franchise, considering the services of a franchise broker, and knowing deeply what is a franchise broker, locating the available information of a franchise, and considering whether to buy a franchise or open a new franchise. Live at the Pocards Theater to give us sources of information about available franchise, Michela Espinosa. Michela?
Yes, Ian. There are many ways to get started into franchise, so you will need some sources of franchise information to learn more about these opportunities. The first one is the International Franchise Association. One excellent source of information is the International Franchise Association, which oversees all types of franchises and provides information about opportunities, tips for running a franchise, answers to questions and information regarding franchising opportunities in the US and abroad. An organization like the IFA can tell you how to start a franchise or how to decide if a franchise is the business opportunity for you. Those interested in starting a franchise should look here first to see if the franchise is for them. The second one is the online websites. Another excellent place to find a franchise information is online websites such as franchiseopportunities.com. This site provides much of the same information as the IFA does. In addition to being searchable by business type, market, category, and other factors, this site is very up to date and provides a great deal of information for potential franchisees who may be considering starting a franchise or branching out of one franchise area into another. The third one is the franchise consulting firms. Franchise consulting firms are a good place to look for information after you have narrowed down your search and decided what potential franchisee areas you are interested in. A franchise consulting firm can help you to take a hard look at your finances and the target market in the area where you are considering setting up the franchise. The firm can also tell you whether the franchise you are thinking of starting has a good chance of being successful and if it has a proven track record, considering hiring a franchise consultant before making any expensive business decisions.
Thank you so much, Michela.
Howdy, folks. We hope you've enjoyed your flight today. We're beginning our descent.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome to our Chit Chat channel. For today, we will interview one of our inspiring franchisee in the Philippines. So come on. Hi, good morning, Miss Dan.
Good morning, Mr. Raju. Take a seat.
Thank you. So I am from Chit Chat channel and I am here to ask you about the sources of franchise information. So are you ready?
No problem.
So, how do you feel today?
Oh, I'm very much fine. Thank you for asking.
It's good to hear. So to start this, can you cite sources of franchise information?
An example of a franchise information is you can have or you can source the information in the franchise consulting firms. So what are these consulting firms? These franchise consulting firms are a good place to look for information after you have narrowed down your search. And a franchise consulting firm can help you to take a hard look at your finances, target market in the area where you can consider in setting up your franchise. The firm can also tell you whether the franchise you are thinking of starting has a good chance of being successful or not. Considering hiring a franchise consultant before making any expensive business decisions.
So, a franchise consulting firm can really help you as a franchisee in franchising a business.
Yes.
As a franchisee, how important to have a qualified lawyer before signing a franchise agreement?
Well, getting a qualified lawyer before you sign a franchise agreement, it is equally important. Because when evaluating whether or not a particular franchise opportunity meets your needs, having a lawyer is essential. So it is very much important before you sign the franchise agreement.
So, if you are a franchisee, you should have a qualified lawyer before you sign a franchise agreement.
Yes, for you to have more information about the agreement.
Considerations. What are the things that you need to consider in franchising a business as a franchisee?
Well, as a franchisee, if you are considering to buy a franchise, you need to have a basic understanding of franchising. Because when you start to explore something as complex as franchising, there is a natural inclination to engage a lawyer or consultant to assist you before you do anything else. Before you engage any professional in working with you, you should educate yourself about the franchising model. So you need to first research about franchising.
Resources for learning about franchising. There is an abundance of books and magazines available, and the internet is full of professional papers, useful magazines, well thought through presentation, and a ton of extremely good and factual information. Much of the material on the internet is also free.
Finding a knowledgeable business advisor. Once you have a basic understanding of franchising, working with knowledgeable business advisors should be your next step. This is especially important if you are looking to become a franchisor, because it will be the business determinations that you need to make that will drive the terms of your franchise offering.
Welcome back to our channel. So for today, we had another guest. She graduated at La Salle University with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Financial Management. She is a mother and also an aspiring franchisee in the Philippines. So let's all welcome Miss Gladys Humuad. Good morning, Miss Gladys. Have a seat, please.
Thank you.
So, how are you today?
I'm pretty good.
So we're really honored that you grant a request to have an interview for you.
You're very welcome.
So as a franchisee, what are the factors that you should consider before buying a franchise?
So there are 6 factors before buying a franchise. The first one is demand, as is in the case before buying or starting a new business. You must find out if there is a demand of the product or services that you intended to offer. If you are buying in an overseas franchising license, you worry that what sells well in other countries may not equally well received here.
Oh, so in buying a franchise, you should choose wisely what's good or services you should offer so that it could reach the demand in the society.
Yes, indeed. The second one is track record. Just because a company offers franchising opportunity doesn't mean it's worth giving up. You should only look at companies that have proven themselves successful in their business.
So as I hear from other franchisees, is investment is also a factor you should consider before buying a franchise.
Yes, it is not. Actually, investment is the third factor is considering buying a franchise. Why? It is because one of the biggest barriers to buying a franchise is that unlike starting your own business, where all the capital is invested in your operation, a sizable portion of your initial capital goes to the franchisor as a fees for training, equipment, and licensing rights. The fourth one to consider buying a franchise is reputation. If the franchise is a well-known brand, there may already be lots of franchises operating in the vicinity, and not to mention other rival companies. And the fifth one to consider buying a franchise is training. A major advantage of franchising is the training and support offered to franchisees. If you don't have any entrepreneurial experience, then it is advisable to choose a franchise that offers substantial. Some even provide ongoing support even after your franchise is up and running.
Thank you for watching. That's all for today. See you again.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Razel. Meanwhile, live again at the Folk Arts Theater, Miss Danica, in a franchisers convention to give us knowledge about franchises broker and knowing deeply what is a franchise broker. Miss Danica?
Yes, Ian, I am here at the Franchisers Convention at the Folk Arts Theater. We will be now asking a random franchisers as to how or what is a franchise broker. So come on. Are you a franchisee or a franchisor?
Yes, I am a franchisee.
Can I ask you a question, ma'am?
Yes, you can.
What is a franchise broker?
Franchise broker is an individual work with the franchisees and individual to facilitate the sales of the franchisee. That's all.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am, for that information. So, I hope the viewers and especially those aspiring franchisors have learned something about the franchisor or franchisor broker. Back to you, Ian.
Thank you, Miss Danica. That was a wonderful idea from the one you had interviewed a while ago. And live again at the Folk Arts Theater, Miss Danica to give us information about options when you begin your business. Miss Danica?
Yes, Ian, I am live here at the Folk Arts Theater to ask a random individual about their perception about starting a business or entering into a business. So come on. Oh, there's a student. Good morning, miss. Are you a graduating student or?
Yes, I am.
Oh, this is a very good example. Can we ask you a question?
Yes, sure.
After you graduate, what are you planning to do?
Find a job, of course, or to start a business.
Yes, that's right. If you are going to start a business, what are your options?
So there are three options to consider. First is buying a new franchise. Second is to start your own business, of course. And third is buying an existing business.
So, Miss Razel, within the three options, what are you going to choose?
I bet the best choice is the first one, buying a new franchise, because it is very convenient to everyone.
Yes, so thank you, Miss Razel, for giving your idea about starting a business.
No problem.
So that's it, viewers. Miss Razel choose to have a starting or franchising a franchise. Back to you, Ian.
Thank you so much, Miss Danica. Therefore, when you are starting your business, you have to plan ahead of time. Make some research and investigations to have a better understanding about the franchises you want to have. Make it a habit to ask lawyers and professionals before engaging into a franchise or a business. And also analyze the disadvantage and advantage of the franchises you wanted to have. It will help you a lot, like to predict and control the future problem of the franchise. Once again, good morning world, good morning Philippines. This is Ian Dicunlayo, Anchor. We're signing off. Thank you so much.